عسلامة عسلامة، مرحبا بكم. فرحانة برشا 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 بالسيسيون تاع اليوم. بالحق خاطرها مع انفيتي عزيز على قلبي برشا وقريبة ليا برشا 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 برشا. بالحق صابرين، فرحانة انك معنا اليوم، فرحانة انك قبلت الدعوة متاعنا في ايفينمون باهي على الاخر اليوم البيلد وذ اي اي مع جي دي جي مونستير. تو شير يور سكيلز باش تحكي معناها اكثر وتعلم العباد وتبارتاجي لي كومبيتونس نتاعك از ان اكسبرت في الاي اي. فرحانه برشا بالحق خاطر صابرين ما عرفتكش امس ولا لابس 10 سنين سنين في الفويي معناها وكل. دونك بالحق فرحانه انك معنا الليله، يعطيك الصحه على قبولك الدعوه. ما يخفاش عليك ما شاء الله النجاحات، ما يخفاش عليك ما شاء الله الانجازات اللي باقيه تعمل فيها، وانا ديجا كيما قلت لك راني فان بيك على الاخر على الاخر، نتابع فيك بارتو. دونك فريمون برافو، يعطيك الصحه بالحق. ساندينغ هارت سوهاك زاده. دونك صابرين تربطني بك عشره كبيره برشا برشا، وهذاك علاش بالحق اليوم نفرح كرا انه نساء وحراير بلادنا معناها. صابرين انستالي في كندا عندها سنين تويكا ما شاء الله. ومالغري سا وين ما تجيها اي حاجه ولا اي انفيتاسيون باش تخدم وباش تبارتاجي وباش تعلم حراير تونس وتكون موجوده معاهم، عمرها ما قالت لا. مرحبا بك صابرين مره اخرى. The scene est à toi, donc the scene is yours. Whenever you are ready, you can start.
عايشك حلومة. أول حاجة أنا زاد راهو الشعور متبادل. نزيدي بحق نحبك ونعزك ونحترمك برشا ونحترم إنجازاتك يعني اللي تعطيه الكل. برافو، معناها أحسن مثال للمرأة التونسية.
يعيشك، يعطيك الصحة عشرتي الغالية، يعيشك.
يعيشك يعيشك. Okay, so let's start. First of all, welcome everybody here. And thank you for joining us, the audience. Today, we'll explore large language models and agentic AI, two of the most exciting frontiers in artificial intelligence. This will be a lightweight presentation or a practical presentation, not very technical. You don't need deep AI knowledge for a follow-up. We'll break down what LLMs and agents are, how they work together, and how you can build a simple smart assistant using them. Okay, so for those who don't know me, hello everyone. I'm Dr. Sabrine Amri, researcher and AI cybersecurity expert and computer engineer. I completed my Ph.D. at Université de Montréal. And currently, my focus is on privacy, explainability, and trust in AI systems. Previously, I got my bachelor and engineering degree from Tunisia, my home country, that I love a lot, from both ISAT SUS and Polytechnique SUS. You can find more about me, about my work, and about my background at in my website, sabrineamri.github.io. Now, okay, let's move on. This session covers both theory and hands-on practice. We'll cover what LLMs and agents are, highlight key challenges of both of them, and build a deployable agentic assistant. No framework needed for this session. Just with LLMs interacting natively. We're gonna build a AI assistant that answers career questions related to my profile for this session, and you can deploy it later for your to make it able to answering career questions about your profile, and I will show you how to do this. Okay. For the particularly, the session is split into tracks. I have the theoretical one that covers what are LLMs, then AI agents, and key challenges in both of them. And the practical track, I'm gonna talk about the tools and environment I used to implement my agentic AI applications. And I'm going to have two labs. The first lab is going to be step by step through the agentic pattern. And the second lab would be more like the actual agentic AI assistant. So yes, AI is everywhere. It's part of our daily lives, from facial recognition systems that unlock our phones to self-driving cars that navigate roads using real-time sources, sensor data and algorithms. Also, in the other, sorry for that. Yes, AI also assists with various tasks, from recommending movies to suggesting songs on streaming platforms. So AI algorithms analyze the preferences, the history, and the behavior of data of the users to generate personalized recommendations that help users discover the most relevant content. Other than personalizations, AI has long excelled in data-driven tasks like sentiment analysis, fraud detections, and more, but still struggle with context understanding and open-ended and human-like responses in conversations. Recent development of language models or language-based AI models entered to overcome these disabilities in the traditional AI-driven models. So LLMs change that and brings more human-like language understanding and generation. Revolutionizing language processing also. While they exceed, as I told you, traditional AI in content recommendations based on user historic and preferences and behavior, they struggle, as I told you, with language context and open-end questions. But, what open-ended questions means? At opposite to closed-ended questions, which are questions that we can answer by yes or no. For example, if you ask, is Tunis the capital of Tunisia? The answer is yes. And this is a closed-ended question. It is easy for the traditional AI systems. However, the open-ended questions, such as, for example, why is Tunisia considered a cultural hub? Or or why Tunisia is called Tunis Khadra, for example. Those kind of questions need understanding and explanations. And with these particular kind of questions, the traditional AI models struggle and have some limitations. And there come the language-based models, LLMs, which excel, like GPT in this example. I don't know if you can zoom in on the example so you can see it. So these language-based models excel in tasks enabling human-like conversations. For example, here, as you can see, user prompt an LLM. In this case, we have GPT-4 to write a script to automate sending daily emails, reports in Python, and walk through blah blah blah. And the LLM answered with the full code. Complete Python code generated. It's also annotated. And this shows you the huge abilities that LLMs have now compared to the traditional AI systems. Okay, now comes the defining moment. So LLMs mark a defining moment in AI. Everybody are talking about LLMs. Both people coming from technical and non-technical words, they are talking about large language models that will redefine artificial intelligence, and this is true. We're seeing it. We're witnessing it. Okay. Moving on. Before diving into LLMs, it's key to see where they fit in the AI landscape. Okay. So we have the machine learning. It's a machine learning models, or the machine learning in general. It's a subfield of artificial intelligence that can recognize complex, that can learn patterns from data without like explicit instructions. Then we have the deep learning that can even more recognize in more complex patterns, like those found in the face recognition and the self-driving cars that I talked about in the previous slides. And on the other side, we have the natural language processing, which is the intersection of artificial intelligence and computer science. It's a field that enables computers to process and understand human language. We have some hearts. I see them coming on our live. Thank you. Yeah. So LLMs are deep learning models designed for complex NLP tasks, like summarization and generation, etc., and so on. We're going to see more of them, more of LLM applications. Moving on to the definition of LLMs. We have the first keyword, or the first word of LLMs is large. LLMs are called large because they require a large amount of training, data, and resources to work. And the second word is language. And why they are called so, or why we do use this word, because LLMs process and generate human-like text. So they are powerful in processing and analyzing human language data. They have set new standards in NLP tasks. They even unlocked advanced AI capabilities beyond past models. So yes, they are really, they really have set new benchmark in various NLP tasks, outperforming their predecessor and opening up new possibilities in AI. The last word is models. So models refer to LLM's ability to learn patterns from language text datasets, mainly sourced from the internet, to understand and generate human-like language. So now, sorry for that. Let's talk about some LLM capabilities. So as LLMs scale, their capabilities also grow. Yes, they are now widely used for tasks like text generation, summarization, translation, classifications, and chatbot that act like assistants, like the one that I'm going to show you today in the demo. And aren't just improving; they are unlocking entirely new use cases. Creative tasks like generating music, poetry, code generation, medical diagnosis, and treatment that were impossible earlier with the traditional AI systems. Now they are possible, and we are actually seeing them. Moving on to the technical part, I will not go too deep into this part, but let me show you, or let me talk to you about how LLMs are built from raw data, it's called, to intelligence. What's the process behind all this? So we pre-process and represent text so it can be understandable by computers. Then we have pre-training phase, which is basically using transformers, the technology revolutionizing the artificial intelligence and deep learning. And then we have fine-tuning. After that, we can align them with human feedback, which is also called reinforced learning through human feedback. So the key steps are the pre-training. It gives a general language understanding to the model. The second key step is the fine-tuning. It consists on like fine-tuning or directing the model for specific tasks. And the reinforcement learned through human feedbacks, it's used to improve quality. But please note that worldwide, there are only few major players, let's say tech leaders, companies that can do this, that can really build LLM from scratch. Yeah, such as let's say, for example, the OpenAI, Google, Meta, Anthropic. There are really few, and they are able. The only entities able to create LLMs from scratch or build LLMs from scratch because it's time, labor, and cost. Yeah, labor is intensive. It is complex task. It's not easy to do. So most other like that cannot create an LLM from scratch, what they do, they fine tune models, like open source models like Lemma, for example, for their specific tasks and following their specific needs. So LLMs have helped analyze. Those are kind of application of LLM. They help analyze sentiment. They have extract themes, translate text, yes, and create even content. Create content. They act like an intelligent assistant, predicting text and generating insights at scale. But also, beyond the traditional chatbots, because I told you that they can build smart assistants, that we could do previously with traditional AI, but those ones, the traditional ones, they work based on like predefined responses. However, large language models or smart assistant or smart chatbots now emerging from the appearance of LLMs and agentic AI, they can go beyond that and they can understand language, adapt to context, and enable rich human-like interaction. So yeah, it's really interesting, and it's it's evolving fast, and this is the this is what this slide is about. So how did we go from LLMs to agentic AI or agentic systems? This slide shows how LLM applications rapidly evolved over time, from simple chatbots to advanced agentic systems. This shift happens fast, making one of the quickest progress in modern AI, and we are all witnessing that, right?
Yeah.
So there are the area of AI which is causing the most excitement right now is, of course, agents and agentic AI, and everybody are talking about that. So let's move on to AI agent to give a little talk about AI agent. Here we have, as I showed you, there are many industries talking about the forefront technologies appearing now, which are agentic AI and LLMs. And here is Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, predicted AI agent would enter the workforce in 2025. Sorry about that. And soon after, OpenAI launched its first pro-level agent. You can see here, pro-level agent, the GPT operator. It's only for now. It's only available for pro subscribers. I'm not even a pro subscriber, but I got this some screenshots to talk to you about that. This evolution on LLMs and language-based models that are now adapting agentic or agents in their systems. For example, the operator is an agent that can use its own browser to perform tasks for you. It's basically ChatGPT, but it's offering because when you subscribe for OpenAI, you can use many models that they have or that they offered, many LLMs. And now they have the new LLM, which is an agent-based LLM. It's called Operator. What it can does, I saw a demo, because as I told you, I'm not even a pro subscriber for that, so I cannot try it. But I saw a demo of someone that is talking about that, and he was like prompting the model a question, and what the model does, it really executes it or embeds the browser within the chat, and you can see it. You can see that it's browsing the internet, and and it was able to take actions and to perform tasks, access memories
in one window.
Yes, in like ChatGPT, same as ChatGPT, but you choose operator instead of the, for example, GPT-4 or Mini or the models that you have, the LLMs that you have.
Okay.
You choose this one, but this one is only available for the pro subscribers for now. Yeah, maybe it will be available for other tiers soon. I don't know. I'm not sure about.
So
Yeah, but it's like agent, like a agentic LLM that is somehow autonomous and performing tasks, reacting with the environment, using tools. Yeah, it's really amazing how this agents and evolving the AI landscape. It's amazing and terrifying at the same time. Honestly, let me say that. Yeah.
Like a weapon with two sides. You can use it in a good way, but there are always all that negative sides. I
Yeah.
always talk about, like, when it comes to use AI, you need to be ethical. We need to use AI in an ethical way. So sometimes we need to respect that really we need to be careful about how we are using AI.
Exactly, and especially now with the rapid development and evolving of these models, you can never predict what's coming next, and you can never predict the good parts. Maybe the good parts we can predict, but the worst parts you can never tell.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Yes. So if you want to understand what an AI agent, they are based or combined two ideas. The first idea is the artificial intelligence. So the AI mimic human intelligence to perform like the computational tasks, while an agent is a system that acts with autonomy, interacts with its environment, and works toward goals. Moving on, because now we are in GDG, Google Development Groups, right? I had to put a definition by Google here, you can say. You can see, yes. Or how Google classify or define an AI agent. In fact, they classify them based on three features: the purpose, the capability, and the interaction. So according to Google, an AI agent acts autonomously, okay, to complete tasks. It also learns and adapts over time and interacts in a proactive manner in order to achieve some goals in a goal-driven way, okay, or a goal-oriented way. Moving on to another not definition, but in the same context, talking about AI agents, components and capabilities. So AI agents combine memory, tools, planning, and reasoning to act toward a precise goal. They use both short and long-term memories. They call external tools. They reflect, plan, and take multiple steps action toward, as I told you, a precise goal. So here, let me say why there is no one size fits all or one single definition of an AI agent. Most of them agree on some terminologies like autonomy, memory, planning, and tools. So all these components work together on through an orchestration layer that handles inputs, reasoning, and actions, making the agent adaptive and goal-oriented. So as I told you, there is no, and there are many like use terminology, sometimes confusing. You can hear people saying, talking about AI agents. Others are talking about LLM agents. Others are talking about agentic AI. There are many terms. Sometimes you think that, sometimes we say people using them interchangeably, but yeah, in the other part we find others that separate between these terms.
And another, yeah, one term.
Yes. Specifically, for example, Google, it separates agent
Yes.
from agentic. And according to Google, also, agentic on the other side means combining two words, generative, which are non-deterministic abilities from LLMs, plus precise or deterministic actions like code executions. So both these definitions, or both these parts combined together define the agentic aspect according to Google. Here I had to ask ChatGPT because they are useful, right? We can use them in order to distinguish or clarify how LLMs, AI agents, and agentic AI differ one from the other. Even ChatGPT agreed with on the basic concepts. Okay, LLMs, they are ABLEs or language models trained to predict and generate. Agents on the other side using LLMs to take actions in an environment. Agentic AI plans, acts, and decides toward a goal using autonomy. Here, building on the previous comparison, this feature breakdown makes the progression clearer, because here it's clear that LLMs generate. AI LLMs, here I said generate. AI agents, beside the generation task, they also act and use tools. On the other side, the agentic AI, on top of that, they have the abilities to plan, learn, and be fully autonomous compared to the AI agents that may be partially autonomous. Now, I think that this is this will be the last slide comparing LLMs and agentic AI. Here, I wanted to enough comparison. I want to talk to you about when or should you use LLMs versus agentic AI. This slide shows this split. LLMs, here, as you can see, are basically used for writing, for generating code. Even here, a singleton conversation, it's also writing and generating text. While agentic AI, on the other side, handles multi-steps, goal-driven workflow. For example, agentic AI, it can conduct research and give you follow-up. Yeah, they manage recurrent flows. They also can be used for conversational assistant with tools and memory, like the one I am going to be showing you today. We are here. They also analyze, summarize large document. They can use they can be used for multi-user collaboration assistance, etc. Moving on to the challenges. So as powerful as LLMs and the agentic AI, we're gonna also, they have some limitations that we have to talk about, okay? For example, for the LLMs, they are considered as dependent on web data, which makes, or dependent on the data that was used to train them, which makes some bias problem, accuracy, some misinformation, hallucination.
Yeah.
AI community aim to solve these challenges. And in this particular field, my current research is about mitigating privacy risks in LLMs, because as you know, I'm researcher. Now, most of the time, I'm researcher. I'm more researcher than engineer. So yes, I have also a research project that I am currently working on, which is about mitigating privacy risks in LLMs, in order to ensure that LLMs use valuable information and responsible.
Accurate.
Okay? Accurate, yes. However, there are, beyond privacy, there are other risks or like concerns raised by LLMs, such as transparency. So LLM transparency is essential to build trust. We need to understand how they generate answers. Accountability. We need clear accountability. So when things go wrong, who takes the blame? Is it the developer who created the model? Is it the deploying company? We don't know. Okay. And on the other side, LLMs also raise some environmental risks, because they are training LLMs on huge data, consumes high energy, leading to large carbon footprints. And the research field in this particular challenge is called the sustainable AI. Yeah, people who are working on sustainability, their main concern, or researcher, yes, maybe the researchers and engineers, because there are also engineers working with them. They are working to improve the AI sustainability. Okay. On the other side, let's shift to the agentic AI challenges. Let's be clear that the challenges that I previously mentioned for LLMs, they are also still there, and they are amplified even more with the agentic AI. And they have other risks, such as potential job displacement, high implementation costs, ethical concerns, dependence on technology also, and data privacy issues, which was also present in the LLMs as a challenge. So now, finally, enough theoretical. We've covered the theory behind LLMs, the AI agents, the challenges of both of them. Now let's move on to the practice. Let's move on to the exciting part, which is practice. So
Yes.
again, I'm gonna have 2 labs. But before that, I will be introducing the tools and the environment setup that I used to implement that. The first lab is going to be agentic pattern. It's going to be some simple example of using LLMs, and then it's going to be evolving in the second lab, where I'm going to show you how to create an agentic AI personal assistant, to talk about your career. And I will tell you later on why it's talking about your career, because it's using tools that represent your career. In my case, I will be using I will be giving it as a tool my CV, and a summary or a text that describes my background, in order to give him more context about my career, so he can be able to answer questions as if it was me, exactly if it was me. But actually it would be like smart assistant, an agent. Yeah. Okay. So as I told you, we're going to have 2 labs. The first one it has 2 demos. I will be showing you how to call a single LLM, one LLM using an LLM agent and API key. And the second demo, I will be showing you the chaining LLM calls, which means I will be calling multiple LLMs as agents to interact and answer or to perform a precise task. And for that, I'm going to be using agentic pattern and multiple LLM agents. And the second lab, which is about the agentic AI assistant, I will be using LLM agent also, some APIs, tools, resources, and the tools and resources makes it like agentic AI and takes it beyond being also only like LLM. Yeah. So building in these two labs, we're gonna be building agentic AI solutions step by step without using any heavy framework. I'll be only, as I told you previously, using like LLMs that are natively interacting together. Okay. And this way, you're gonna be able to understand how like agentic AI and how agentic LLMs really work. Moving on to the tools and the environment that I set up, that I am going to be that I used for this demo. First, first I used the cursor, which is a IDE. It is an AI-powered code editor. It's based on VS Code, so it's a fork of VS Code. It's similar to VS Code. Okay, it's just another like IDE, but it's smarter because it has auto-completion capabilities. But please note that this feature is not 100% free. As I remember, it's just for the first month, and then if you still need like auto completion or AI powered auto completion or code editor, you can subscribe. But as for me, I'm only using the free version. I'm not using any auto completion. And it has also other features, AI powered features that I'm not really focusing on that because my goal is to code, not only to use the
your needs also. If you don't need something, you don't use it. Just don't use it.
Exactly, but it's an innovative tool I wanted to try. This is why I'm using it. It's good. Yeah, it's good. Also, I'm using the UV, which is a powerful package, Python package and project manager. On the other side, let me tell you that since we are going to use LLMs, we need to use some APIs. In this demo, I used OpenAI. You can use others by Google, but if you prefer the free one, I think that DeepSeek for sure it's cheaper, but I'm not sure whether it's free or not. Okay, but the thing that I am sure about, is that OpenAI comes with cost. It requires a credit of minimum of $5. You're not going to use it all at once, but it's like pay as you go. It's more pay as you go, but it's like mandatory. You need to have this $5 credit in order to work with this API. For people who want to maybe re-implement what the demos I am doing, they are free to use the LLM they want. There are also another option to use like free LLMs such as Olama, but they came with trade-off. And the one of the trade-off, I think that they have to install it locally to be able to use it. Okay, but for this demo, I am going to be using OpenAI API, and I am paying for it. I already have an account, and this is why I don't have to change it and use another one. So once you get your API key, you need to store it on the on the file called .env in your IDE in order to so you can use it later to call the endpoint, like the LLM endpoint or the API. Hopefully, I'm making myself clear. So now that you understand the setup and tools, it's time to dive in. Let's start building hands-on, step by step, and see how agentic AI work. And yes, it's interesting. It's exciting.
Yes.
Okay, now I will be ending the sharing screen of this presentation because I have to switch to the IDE so I can show you the the demos. I'm gonna go back here to the browser to share again my screen. Okay. I think you can see it now, right?
Yes, your screen is shared.
Okay, great. So here we are in the first lab. As I told you, here is the cursor IDE. I don't know. Should I show you how
To install it?
Yeah,
I think
no.
wait, I think it's just you can download the Excel
Yeah,
file and just next, isn't it?
exactly. Actually, I'm not talking about the installation of the IDE. I'm talking about the API, how to get an API, but API key. But in my case, as I told you, as I choose OpenAI, so maybe there will be other steps or different steps if you want to use another API. So maybe there is no use to show you how to get an API key. But as I told you, the most important thing that you have to get an API, either an API key or a locally installed LLM to be able to run and call LLMs and work with agentic LLMs. I just want to make this clear, because without that, you cannot be able to use them, because I mean those models come with a cost, and it's like evident because they are doing some processing, they are using big servers, and they require resources. So yes, this is why we need to pay, because we are using resources, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start with the first thing. Okay, let me show you the requirements. The required packages that need to be installed in order to execute or to run both labs. Okay. For the first lab, we're not going to be using the requests. Python.env, we're going to be using it because here I have the .env file that contains my secret API key. I'm not going to be showing it to you now because it has some secret information. Yeah. Gradio is not for now, it's for later. PyPDF also for later. OpenAI, of course, because we are going to be using the API key from OpenAI and OpenAI agents. Okay. So now, saying that you are already okay, let's say you already had your terminal, you already run your you installed your packages. Everything is good. You need to make sure that your virtual environment also is activated. Otherwise, it will not be working. So if we want to check. Let's check for me. Python. Let's see if it's already installed. Not like this. Minus. Okay, version. We're gonna see. Okay, it's a good version. I have Python installed and everything is good. What's the second thing to use? I think it's UV. UV, it's the package manager version. Okay, it's already installed, I guess. Also, yeah, it's not I guess, because I already did this. And using the UV, I had like the environmental setup, the TOML file, everything required. Okay. So now no need for the. Also, you need to make sure that you are in the good directory or the correct directory where you'll be executing your code. Otherwise, also it will not be working. So those are like best practice, or not best practice, but mandatory steps that you need to make sure about before before running your code. Now let's start. Okay, for the first lab, in the first example, as I told you, I will be calling one LLM and prompting it with some question. For example, it's like the basic step. Okay, the first thing to do is do the import the environment where you have the secret API code, the API keys you have. And then here, this one, It's not mandatory. It's optional. But I'm using this for like to enhance or for a better view of the response of the LLM, because when it with answers, it's like marked down. It will not. I will show you that it will not be really like legible or user friendly. So if you use the markdown, it will give you like a more structured output.
Okay.
Okay. So we have to do these imports. Then I load the environment. Okay. True. Okay. So my environment is loaded. Import the OS, because I'm going to, as I told you, I'm going to be using open the API key, which is stored in this variable here in the .env file that I'm not going to be showing you today. It's a simple verification to see if my API key is loaded correctly, and just to print. It's for testing, you know. It prints if the API exists or no, because I have many API keys variable. I have also DeepSeek, and etc. I was intended to use multiple LLMs, but at the end I decided to use only one. So I'm testing if it's already defined in the .env file and making sure that everything is good, and it's confirming this to you, this to me. And now the most important import statement, which is to import the OpenAI class. Okay. Now it's there. Now let's instantiate it in order to have like the instance of the Python client library. Yeah, it's a lightweight library that makes us connect to OpenAI endpoint. So it's not downloading the LLM or something like that, no, but it's given us the endpoint to communicate with the API. So it's here now. Then we're going to create a message. The message, this is the like a familiar OpenAI format. What it gives the role, the role, which is user in this case, because we are going to prompt an LLM as a user right now, currently in this moment, at this stage. And the content, for example, we're going to be asking him, what is 3 multiplied by 3, okay? So this is the message that we are going to pass to the LLM as user, okay? Now, yes. Now what we are going to do is call it. We will call the LLM. We are going to use the model GPT 4.19 because it's cheaper, the cheaper one, I think. And I'm not like performing a huge task right now. Yeah, it's doing the job. Okay. And the message is the message we are defined here. We are a user, and the content is a question. We are like user asking about what is 3, but even that, I think the LLM is smart. It will understand it, okay, because I was trying it with this one. I tried it with Y and it worked. Okay. So you can know that LLMs are smart. They can understand typos. Okay. And now, okay, we call it, and we will print. It's here we print the response. So yeah, the LLM is answering 3 multiplied by 3 is 9. For example, here, let's try to change the question. Let's ask another question. Like I told you earlier, we talked about the open-ended and closed-ended question. For example, let's ask a closed-ended question, yes or no question, an easier question that even a traditional AI will answer it. Okay, we will not even. Okay, what is the capital, for example, okay, this is not a yes or no, or let me just make it to be easy. Is Tunis the capital of Tunisia? This is a yes or no question. So we need to run the cell to update the message. Otherwise, it would be treating the previous message, what was 3 multiplied by 3. And let's see what. Yes, Tunisia is the capital of the. Tunis is the capital. Yes. Now let's ask a closed end question, like why is Tunisia considered as a cultural hub? Yeah, because the traditional AI won't be able won't be able to
cultural.
Yeah, cultural hub. I don't know if they have subtitles. Now he's thinking. He's taking much time because this question. Yes. Here, this is why I told you that the output will not be like so user friendly. So for this, I'll be commenting the print. Okay, comment the print, and I will be using this one, display markdown. This will show in it will be showing us like more user friendly outputs from the LLM. Okay, is
Nice.
yes, and this is this comes from this template that I told you. It's not like it's optional, but it's good to use it.
Yes.
You can see the difference in the output. Especially when the LLM is asked to respond a complex question. There will be many details and much text that you cannot understand if it's not well formatted. Okay, it tells us what Tunisia is considered the cultural hub, etc., etc. Ancient history, Islamic heritage. Interesting. Medina of Tunis. Oh, he knows also Medina of Tunis. It's really interesting. So this was an example of the simple or single LLM call or LLM agent call. It's only one, okay? And it's until now it's doing well, right? It's doing great.
Yes. Yes. Perfect.
Okay, great.
The request and everything is going well.
Yes. Now let's move on. Yeah. It's time for a little bit agentic by making multiple LLM calls to solve a problem. For example, here, I'm going to be using an agentic pattern. As I told you, I'm not using any framework. I'm coding from scratch, like native way, in order to chain in LLM calls. First, we generate question by prompting the LLM. So first, what we are going to do? We are going to ask the LLM this question. Please propose a hard, challenging question to assess someone's IQ. Respond only with the question. We don't know any. We don't need any details. Then, after it gives us the secret question to evaluate the IQ of someone, okay, to assess someone's IQ, we are going to send the generated question, send back, prompt it to the LLM in order to answer it. Okay, and here we can use multiple LLMs. In my case, I'm only using the same LLM because it's cheaper, GPT-4o 4.1 mini. I'm only investing $5 on my API, OpenAI API to obtain the API key. Okay, so let's start. We already did the imported imports. Okay, now what we are going to do is to update the question and the message. So here is the question, as I told you. The role is still also a user. We are still interacting as the users. And let's see what question it will give us. But not at this stage. Here at this stage, we are going to define the model and precise our message and call the LLM and see what is going to tell us. Okay, a bat and a ball cost $1.10 in total. The bat costs one more than the ball. How much does the ball cost? I think I need this.
Okay.
But the LLM can do it like that. You okay. Now let's take this same question, okay? Generate generated by the first LLM and put it in another message. Here, if you can see the link, this is the same question. We take it, we put it in another message as also the role is user. Okay, we're gonna have to run this, and then ask it again to the same. We could change here the model, but I'm like for credit's sake, I'm only using the same LLM, the cheapest one, but it's great. You know, it's given us until now. It's given us. Yeah, it's okay. Let's denote the cost of the ball as $X.
Okay, math. Let's do math.
Oh, after all, it was to be simple, you know. It didn't take too much.
Okay.
You know, earlier when I was trying or when I was putting together this lab, it gives me more complex, you know, questions. But this time, it gives you like the basic question. Okay, yeah, you can do it. Okay. After all, what's the final? Oh, cost 5 cents. Okay, it's given in the devise.
Yes.
Oh my God! Okay, congratulations.
Yay.
No, yes. That was a small, simple step to in the direction of agentic AI with your new environment. Recap steps. Here you have. Of course, I can share this labs with you in my GitHub if you're interested.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Okay.
Yes. Recap steps. So after setting setting your API key, this is the mandatory step. Okay. Unless you're using a free LLM locally, create the message list. The message list, the message like this. For in this case, we use the role user, and this is the content. I want to tell you something here. This is the syntax for OpenAI, but from my research, I think that most of them use similar syntax for the message. They may differ in like some little things, but basically it's still the same. And then we call the LLM through OpenAI.chat completion create. We define the model and we pass to them the message that we gave him and extract, display the response through response.choices 0 message content and display this markdown, as I told you, for a more user-friendly output.
Response.
Yes. Now this is, yes. Now this is the first lab demo. We saw 2 examples. The first example is how to run one single LLM, and the second example, how to run multiple LLMs in order to interact with each other or to respond to each other in a simple way. Okay, moving on forward. Let's pushing it forward. You know, now we are going to use agentic. We're going to be more agentic because we are going to be using some tools here, some resources, as you can see here, import requests, because, okay, first of all, let me tell you what the application or what this application will do. I am going to create a smart agentic assistant that is going to be act as if it was me, using resources that I will be giving it to him, including here, as you can see in my filing, my CV. I will give him my CV. Okay, he will be able to see my CV like this, and a little summary text in order to give him more context about me and some guardrails to avoid hallucinations, because LLMs tend to hallucinate if you don't be precise and you don't go straight to the point.
Straight to the point. Be concise. Yes.
This is why I try to put as much context as possible about me, about my experience, about my project, about my career, all that here. So as I told you, this application will be using tools. The tools include my PDF, my CV, my PDF CDV, and the file describing me for context, as well as system prompt. Of course, we are going to define a good system prompt so I can strengthen the context for him, because LLMs, if you don't give good context, they are not going to be work as expected to be. And the resources, I am going to be using an application in order to enable the LLM to use this resource to send me notifications in case of in specific cases. For example, as I will be showing you this earlier, or maybe let me show you now. For example, I will be asking the LLM, this is the tool function, okay? One of the tools that I am going to give him also is to record user details. Because there may be cases that users want to interact with me or want to connect with me and want to talk to me. I mean, users that are going to be using my chatbot, my smart assistant. In this case, I will not be letting the LLM like generating text by himself. There is, in some kind of level, he is going to, he will be asked to pass over or hand over the thing to me. So he will be sending saving informations about like from the user, such as his email, his name, some notes if the user wants so, and sending them to me to my phone, and I'll be showing you this how to do this to let me know that someone has this email and this is his name and he wants to talk about me about this something, the note. That's something that yes. Another tool that I'm giving to the LLM is to record unknown questions, because as I told you, I don't want the LLM to be like acting from himself or by himself, because they can ask question and the LLM or the agent. And what's the main like function or the main task of LLM? They generate text. You know, they will keep talking to you no matter what you ask. So you may be asking questions that are irrelevant to me. Here, I need to stop the LLM and give him context that in case if you find unknown questions, and I will be define to him what unknown questions are, please stop, don't answer, give like a good gentle answer. I'm not, this is beyond my capabilities. For example, I am here only to discuss like your question and send this to me. Yes, yeah. And he will be sending the question to me to my phone, so I can just for traceability, for like to let me know what hard questions he got. And this one I added because sometimes, as I told you, I noticed that the LLM hallucinates, because sometimes when I ask questions that are irrelevant on my expertise, he will be answering as if it was me, but it's not me. So this is why I need to define a tool for that also, to be clear about my expertise area. Okay. So those are the tools and resources that I talked to you about. And what else? The API key is here. The JSON here, because I need to encode like some the tool functions into JSON format, so they can be understandable by the API and the LLM. Here, let's start by executing this one, doing the imports. I already installed the also I'm using Gradio. Gradio is a graphical user interface. Gradio is used to for the front end. It's a good tool to give you like nice front end, so you can test your application rather than just like here, just the notebook cells. Rather than just writing here in the notebook, it will be creating a nice graphical user interface to interact with. Now, let's move on to importing the operating system, loading the environment. Here, the push notification, as I told you, in order to make my agent able to send me notification to my phone through the pushover application. For that, I'm using this API. And also, I have to define two tokens, the token and the two keys. Yeah, pushover token and pushover user. This one, you can get them once you install the application and follow the instruction they gave you. Okay. Now, those are the tools that I was talking to you about. The record your user details, record the unknown question, expertise detail to prevent hallucinations, and all these, they are going to be pushed back to me through the application, through the function here to my phone by the LLM. Okay. Here, the JSON, the tool scheme, which is in the JSON format, so they can be understandable by the LLM and the API. Let's run it. It's just a scheme to define the tools. And here, I will be putting all the JSON scheme into a list of tools. So my tools are here. So now let me see. For example, if let's print our tools to see. This one is, yes. You see, it's the list of tools that I have. The first function, the name, it's record user details. The first function, use this tool to record, and I already defined this in the JSON scheme, as I told you, huh? Okay, so use this tool to record that user is interested in being in touch and provide an email address. You're gonna get, for example, the email, the name, the description, the note, yes. Also, the other tool is the record unknown questions. Always use this tool to record any question that couldn't be answered. So I have kind of traceability to know what the people who are interacting with my chatbot, what they want to ask, you know. I can integrate if there is a special question, I may be adding it to my application or my agent. The last function is provide expertise details. So these are the tools that I will be giving to the LLM. Okay. Now let's create the mini class. First, we're gonna have to instantiate the OpenAI in order to access the endpoint of the API. My name, here I put my name. If you want to use this application, you can put your own name. Also here in the last tool, where you can be also personalizing the expertise detail. I was given some information about my. It's later in the user in the system prompt. I was given information, personal information that you can customize and put your personal information in order to customize this AI assistant. That will be answering question about you and not about me. You put your name, for example, here. Here I put my name. Later, if you want to get it, you can put your name. I'm reading the PDF here. I'm taking it the PDF that's containing my CV. Okay. I'm putting it here in here in the CV file, CV parameter, and then I open in the summary. The summary, as I told you, I give it to give more context. You can also take this file and change it according to your description.
Needs.
Yeah, your needs. If you want to put your hobbies, if you want to talk about anything, you can put it here, so you can give more context to the LLM agent, and he will be reacting as if it was you. Okay, reading. Then we have here the function to handle the tool calls. I'm going to be iterate over all the tool calls. Okay, extract the tool function name of the tool to know which tool we are going to be used. Parse it to the JSON. Print, okay, tool called this one I'm using for debugging purpose, and you're going to be you're going to be seeing it at the end when I prompt the LLM with something that requires him to use tools. He will be he will be telling me the tool called and the tool name. Okay, we're going to see this in the end of the notebook. Okay. Here, this one, global, it allows to call functions dynamically based on the tool name. Okay. Based on the tool name, it's going to be the calling the right function. Okay.
Okay.
Then tools argument. Okay. If the function exists, okay, if the function is calling is already exists, call it. Okay, here it's going to be calling it. Otherwise, it's going to be like doing nothing. Okay, so this is where the magic happens. If it requires, if the LLM is requiring a tool, and here it's checking that the tool or the function name existing, he will be calling it here. And here will be it will be like appending the result to the result list structured, and he will be returning the complete list of results for all tool calls. Okay, because he's going to be calling tools, and the call of tools is giving some results. Here he is going to be storing handle to call, storing the tools results. Don't know if it makes sense. Because why are we going to do this? Because here we are going to append or add in the output to the LLM, to the message, so he can treat it. Yes, this is what why I'm now the system prompt to define the system prompt here. Also, you can, if you want to implement or deploy this as if it was yours, you should change this, because here I am all talking, you are acting as self that name. Now he's talking about me, a computer science PhD. Maybe you have a different profile, graduated from the University of Montreal and not currently a computer science PhD. This one I just added earlier because you know, I'm actually deploying this on my personal website, and I will showing it to you. I wanted to use it as a demo today. And when I was prompting it and asking some question, I noticed that he is telling me that he is a PhD candidate. This is why yes, I came back earlier just today for this session sake. But it was right, because from here I discovered that he is giving a bad response.
Yes.
Yeah, and update it, and I will need to update it also in the my GitHub, in my repo, my deployed function application, so it will so that it will be also working right. Okay, but in my deployed assistant chatbot, I noticed that is given this one wrong. Okay, you are answering question about me, about my CV, my research experience, professional, etc., etc. So here I'm basically giving him a context. Okay, okay. Now I am working on LLMs, Agentic AI. My research focus, my earlier research focus on fighting misinformation using. Okay. Be professional and formative. Those are, you know, when you're working with system prompt, you need to be like precise in order to get the best results. Okay, and to prevent hallucinations, especially. Important. If you don't know the answer to any question, use this one, record unknown question tool, that is defined here. See? Yes.
Yeah.
Also, if the user engaging, record user, if he wants to connect, record user details tool. I'm specifying the tools. Shows interest, collaborating, same. Remember, okay, here, if for specific questions about areas of expertise, because I noticed also, I told you that I added this when I first created this application, my personal assistant. He is answering as if it was me about having expertise that I don't have. So I need to, this is why I came here. I defined a special role for that. Yeah, to make him keep him in the context. Remember that is based on Montreal, Quebec, Canada, and graduated from the Canada. This one is I added it today, as I told you also, because it was answering that I am a PhD candidate, which I'm not.
Alhamdulillah, we already finished. We already obtained our PhD degree.
Yes, I explicitly added this to him. Please respect, I am a PhD and doctorate.
Yes.
Not candidate. And then I took the system prompt and added the summary, which is this one, the text retrieved from the summary.txt, and the CV. Okay. With this context, and add this with this context, please chat with the user, always staying in character. Focus on your academic and the professional expertise. Those are system prompts, as I told you. The most you work on prompt engineering, the most you get, the better results you have. Okay, and then return system prompt. And here we have the chat definition, the function that is going to do everything. You see all the system prompt that I call that where I indicated some context and I indicated the tools to use. I will be passing them as I showed you earlier in the message, but now with the role system. Okay. And I'm going to be taking history from the user chat, because it's here along with the message, plus the message from the user. Okay, because the user, for example, if you were going to you want to interact with my Agentic AI chatbot, you are going to be user. You're going to have a message. Your message will come here, and it will be concatenated or combined with my system prompt. And all these tools together, the system prompt, the history, the tools that I specify in the system prompt, your message, all these will give context to the LLM, so it will be able to respond to using the model here, like the model here, the GPT-4o mini. If you remember, earlier I told you we defined the message, then the response here, we call the OpenAI, the API, chat.completion, create, we define the model, the message, and the tools, okay? Now, because we have a list of tools that we are defining here, okay? He will be taking it also as input. Now, step 3, if the model chooses to call a tool, okay, instead of responding directly, we are going to extract the assistant tool message and work with that. Okay, as long as the model asking for tools, we are going to be taking his response, okay, and putting it in the message here, and then we are going to the final step, return the assistant final response to the user in this response.choices.message.com. Same steps in the basic LLM, but in this case I'm using more tools, more resources in more agentic way. Okay? Let's run this is like the main function, and here I'm going to be calling it or initializing it. And this one, use the grade U. As I told you, it's going to generate the interface, the chat interface, and it's going to be to use using this function, calling the main function, which is where is the chat function? Here. Okay, executing the chat function. Okay. Okay, here I have, if you can see it, but I don't know, because I can show it also in the browser. I'm not sure if I show this in the browser, maybe it will interrupt the sharing screen, but anyways, I will show you here. Here is the graphical user interface. It's a basic one, but it can be advanced. And it's the case in my personal website. I'm using a more advanced graphical user interface for my chatbot. But now here I'm just showing you the basic one. So hi, let me say my agentic me. What's it going to say? Hello, how can I assist you today? Okay, let's say tell me about yourself. He's thinking. Usually it doesn't say, okay, I am Dr. Sabrine Amri, computer science Ph.D., graduate from the University of Montreal. Now he's specifying it, okay. Specializing in artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, my primary research, okay, I'm having, okay. Do you have any specific question? Okay, now you ask some questions in which the LLM is going to use the tools to test it, okay? Let me say, are you married, for example? This is the question that I am always asking to make sure that he is not answering on hard questions.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. You see, I got the notification here. You heard my phone?
Notification. Okay.
Yeah, the notification. I'm not sure. Career chatbot recording. Are you married? Because in this tool, if you remember, yeah.
You didn't mention anything about being married. Yeah.
Exactly, and he is calling the as I told you, the print command that I was putting earlier for debugging. Now he is calling the record unknown question tool. You see? Okay. What was the other tool? Connect, because I had 3 tools. The one for answering hard question, record unknown question, and the second tool is the to save user information. Okay, I want to connect with you to talk about collaboration.
LLMs.
Okay, collaboration on
Okay.
LLMs. Okay. Now he's supposed to, okay, that's great to hear. I would love to discuss potential collaboration in large and well. Could you please provide your email address so we can connect?
Nice.
Okay. Okay, great. My email address is gdg@gdg.com.
Okay.
My name is GDG. And now you are going to be hearing my phone, like the ringtone for the notification. See? It's here.
Yes.
And it's recording user details. Okay? Now it must be sent in to me. Recording GDG with email gdg@gdg.com and note interested in collaboration on LLMs.
Nice. Nice.
Like for traceability, just for traceability, you know.
Uh-huh.
Okay, tell me about your expertise. Now because the other tool that I was defining is about when someone asking about my expertise. Oops. Let's say what is on. He's supposed to. Okay. He sent me the notification and provide expertise details. See here. Here, if you can see here under the radio interface, you see it?
Yeah.
Tool called provide expertise details. So now while prompting this my agentic AI, agentic me, I was prompting it in a manner to use the tools I already defined and to see if it's really following the guardrails that I specified to him or not. And yes, this is the proof. He sent me the notification. He gave me the text out there. Also, you can talk, discuss things about me. Tell me about your research projects, for example. Tell me about, this is something that he can be answering without using tools. Tell me about your research projects. He's thinking. Okay, my research primarily focuses on fighting misinformation, fake news using advanced AI techniques. Here are some notable. Yes, it's saying it all. Okay, this is the research and I did during my PhD. Did he mention anything about my current research? The project aimed to create a robust system. Okay, okay. What about your current research? Because I gave him the this information. Okay. Large language models, agentic AI, privacy preserving AI system. Okay, it's doing great. And yes, this was a demonstration for the how to create an agentic AI assistant using LLMs and APIs. And hopefully it was interesting. Let me. That was all.
Yes, thank you so much, Sabrine. بالحق, wow, wow, wow. It's really so powerful and so insightful session we had
Thank
tonight. I think everyone agree with this. I will show you some comments from the audience. They are
thank you
really
so much.
happy and so excited about what you are doing and what we did. Also, thank you so much for sharing your expertise in LLMs and agentic AI, especially with these two labs. And
Yeah,
even good, the practical way is like we need to learn by doing. When you learn by doing, you're going to memorize all the stuff you did and all the stuff you are learning about. Uh,
exactly.
like I see is you didn't teach us only tonight. Like you've been an instructor, you've been a mentor, you've been a leader in the tech, and especially in the
Thank you so
AI
much.
universe. So I think I will start building my own intelligent assistant.
Yes, it's really exciting. I can even show you my if you want my website, my personal website. You know where
Uh-huh,
I already embedded this agentic AI agentic assistant.
uh-huh.
Let me
Uh-huh.
just share the new screen to you. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's like something that you can deploy and that you can start using from tomorrow. You know.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, hopefully I
I'm really
can.
so proud of you. I'm really so proud to have you tonight as a part of our Building with AI
Thank you so
series.
much. Thank you so much. The pleasure is mine. You know, you can see here is my personal website that I am deploying on
Uh-huh,
GitHub,
uh-huh.
and here is like my smart AI assistant. I told you the graphical user interface here is like it's much
User
improved
friendly.
and it's much better. Yeah,
Yes,
I don't know if you can see. Great. I even put some little description about me. Let me.
yes. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice.
AI and Cybersecurity. Hello, I'm Dr. Sabrine Amri, computer science, specializing in AI cybersecurity. How can I assist you today? I put like three question samples to make it easier for for the user. Tell me about yourself. And here, I didn't notice that you was saying that I am PhD candidate. I just noticed today.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay. Uh-huh,
yeah, I didn't even like look the candidate. See, I saw it today when it was like
uh-huh.
yeah,
Dude,
when it was like
I have my PhD already.
exactly when I was doing. I already corrected this in the lab, but I need to have to do that. I need to be doing this on the like deployed version in order. So it's going to be more. More accurate.
Uh-huh,
Maybe let's ask, are you married, for example, same question. It's going to do same thing.
uh-huh.
Send me here the notification if you hear something.
Yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
It's connected. However, the tool that I am using for the notification, it has like, oh, my son just came.
Hey!
Wait, Mama.
Little Prince, how are you?
Wait, wait, I'm busy. Attends, bébé, je suis occupée. Ok, je reviens et j'arrive. Désolée, I'm sorry for that.
Yes,
What was I
c'est
going to
ça.
say?
Faut
Yeah,
partir.
I told you that he's going to be like it's going to come from nursery soon.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I was telling you, yeah. the push over notification, it has like a quota. I think you can use even 90, like not 90 or 900. I don't know, notification. I'm not sure. I need to verify this. So I want viral because of this session. Maybe they will use all my.
Okay, credit.
Something easy, guys. If you're interested about it. I think this is okay. This is also my. You can check my website to see, like, have some information about
yes,
if you're interested.
I will share it with the audience later, inshallah. And if they have some question, I think you are open to talk also. So I always have that kind of final question of the session is like, if you have any final words to encourage Tunisian women, of course, to thrive and shine in tech, what is that word or what is that one piece of advice you can give to all the Harair Tunis?
I'm going to say it first in English to be like following up. Never give up. Never give up. Never give up. And now let's go to حراير تونس بالتونسي. ما تستسلمش لانك اكيد انت باش يعرضوك برشا معناها برشا مصاعب وبرشا عقبات وبرشا like depression moments. تحس روحك معناها تحس روحك يعني ماكش تنجم، وسورتو توا في الايفوليسيون تاع التكنولوجيا تشوف من نهار لنهار تطلع لنا 20,000 حاجه، تحس روحك ساعات باش هبط هذا الكل لازم كيفاش تخلي روحك ديما how to keep up to keep always updated يعني never give up. ما حاول ديما تلقى كيما من بكري انا وياك زاد we had a technical problem issue. عجبتي معناها انا فهمتك ما بين السطور انه سي فري، يعني بالرغم انه فما مشكله لازمك ديما تشوف the bright side، تحاول تلقى يعني that's the key that's it. يعني الحق ما تستسلموش، حاول حتى كي تبدا عندك مشاكل ولا صعوبات ولا حاجات تحديات وتحس روحك معناها overwhelmed ما تستسلمش، عمل على ربي وعمل على ربي، عمل على ربي سيرتو على سيرتو يعني بالحق وما توفيقي الا بالله، هذه صحيحه يعني في كل شيء يعني عمل على ربي وما تستسلمش.
يعطيك الصحة صابرين بالحق. thank you again for everything. It was really so powerful session. يعطيك الصحة فريمون برافو. je te remercie infiniment بالحق على لو بارتاج، على الشيرينج نتاع السكيلز نتاعك، على الادفايس كيف كيف. يعطيك الصحة. So we are not done yet. ما تنساوش غدوة كيف عندنا سيشن أخرى. Stay tuned for tomorrow grand final. إن شاء الله باش يكون grand final غدوة مع our last speaker اللي هي إن شاء الله باش تكون قمر، اللي هي فخورة بها برشا، اللي هي أول جوجل ديفلوبر إكسبرت من غزة. إن شاء الله ربي ينصر فلسطين. she is a Google developer expert in Android. So بالحق ما تفلتوش السيشن نتاعها. It's going to be our final session في 3 days اللي تعدينا بهم في البيلد وذ AI series. ان شاء الله تكون الفائده عامه على الناس الكل، ان شاء الله تكونوا استفدتوا. انا ام شور انا بيرسونيلمون بالحق جو ريميرسي انفينيمون باسكو ان فيت جو تروف با لي مو اللي نجم نعبر بهم بالحق. يعطيك الصحه. رامي حساني حبيبه قلبي اكيد اختك معناها يعطيها الصحه كنت معانا معناها كامله بالحق.
عايشكم تحيه على الناس اللي تفرجوا فينا الكل بالحق.
يعطيكم الصحه الناس الكل كيف قادري. دونك جوستير اني حكيت الاسم معناها بالصحيح. بالحق فما بوزيتيف فايبز جايه من عند الناس الكل. دونك فريمون برافو يعطيك الصحه. انا ديما نقول هذا هي كل واحد عنده سكيلز وينجم يبارتاجيهم ويكون في سونس دو بارتاج مع العباد. فريمون هذا هو اول اوبجيكتيف نحن نخدموا عليه معناها، خاصه باش حرايرنا في تونس حتى ولو انكم بعاد ديما تكونوا انتم المثل الاعلى لوليداتنا ولصغيراتنا ولبناتنا ان شاء الله باش يكونوا معناها ناجحات ورائدات ان شاء الله في التكنولوجيا. كما قلت لكم ما تنساوش تومورو سيشن ان شاء الله بقدره ربي مع قمر. stay tuned وكالعاده same place same time ما تبعدوش بعيد و stay tuned مع الدجاج ونستير. يعطيكم الصحه وميرسي encore une fois صابرين.
عايش كلمه برافو انت زاد على اللي تعمل فيه بالحق. بدأتي فيختي والله.
يعطيك الصحه
بالحق يعني. ونحب نقول لكم حاجه، انا هذا كله ما قريتوش يعني باقي نتعلم فيه يعني بالحق. keep learning.
يعطيك الصحه. اكزاكتلي ذاك اهم حاجه انك بالحق keep learning. ما تقولش تعلمت. انا نقول لهم لو مو expert ça n'existe pas. خاطرنا ديما لازمك تتعلم، لازمك تتعلم، معناها you grow each day، مش معناها يمكن حتى each second، مش day هكاو معناها. So keep in mind advice نتاع صابرين، انه بالحق never give up، ما تستسلمش لا لليأس، توكل على ربي وخرج الجرينتا اللي فيك هيك وامشي فيها. و of course keep learning. So two advice هذوما ما نسلموش فيهم ونبقاو نعيشوا بهم. See you tomorrow ان شاء الله كما قلت لكم same time same place. See you soon ان شاء الله. باي باي.
باي باي، بالتوفيق حبيبتي، باي باي، عايشك.
عايشك.
باي.